I have a couple projects to do to finish up for Christmas, and I thought I would bring you guys along. This project is pretty close to my heart and special to me. My grandmother made this slip cast bowl, and my mom brings it out every Christmas and fills it with mashed potatoes and everything. And so I wanted to make my mom something that coordinated. I didn't want it to be exactly the same, but something that would look nice along with it. I first started off by rolling out a slab of clay, and it's pretty thick. I want to say it's more than a 1/4 inch. Yeah, maybe 3/8 of an inch. Alrighty, good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure it's not stuck. Okay, so prior to starting this, I put some cling wrap over a baking dish that I already have, and I'm laying it out onto a board that's larger. And let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna go ahead and drape it over. Okay. I'm hoping it's not too thick. I've had some warping problems, so I'm trying to go just a bit thicker. I really should order some clay with grog in it, but I just don't want to have that many types of clay, you know? This is Kentucky Mudworks Iceman. It's a really smooth, nice white clay. Okay, so my little trick, and I forget who I learned this from, using just a little paint roller. It doesn't leave any impressions on the clay, and it just gently stretches it around this edge. I'll probably speed this up because this does take a while to slowly stretch the clay without folding. Okay, now that I have that, I'm gonna take my little pony roller. It's a little bit smaller than that other roller. And I'm just pulling the edges in. And they do want to pucker, but as long as they don't pucker against the form, I'm okay with that. Kind of pulling it in. Okay, I think I'm at the point where I want to cut some of this excess off. So I've got my knife, and I have learned to go quite a bit farther than you think, because I've messed up many times by cutting off too much. Okay. You see, I almost cut off too much over here. Look how close that was. So this clay is really wet. I had just pulled it out of the bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off a little bit more. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about those little wings. I'm not sure. I may use them, I may cut them off. Right now I'm just gonna keep them as a handle. I hope I didn't just cut off too much. Yep, I did. I just did exactly what I said not to do. Okay, so if this happens, you're gonna take your roller and you're gonna gently smooth down like this, and it will push a little extra clay down. Can't believe I just did what I said don't do. Classic. Unbelievable, Sarah. Well, I guess this is good. At least you'll see what happens when you make a mistake, that it is possible to fix it. Okay. Oh, good grief. I'm a mess today, you guys. Just put my fingers in it. I tell you, I have been sick for the last 2 weeks, like solid. Before Thanksgiving, I got sick. And yeah, I still have not completely recovered. I don't know what I caught, but it's been quite a doozy. My voice is still quite raspy. Okay. Not doing too much. Not doing too much. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of cracking going on right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take my, I wish I could find, let me see if I can find my plastic rib. Okay, so I'm gonna take my rubber rib and I'm just gonna compress and smooth that out. No worries. Okay. I'm gonna try to follow. There we go. Okay. I think that's okay. We'll have to figure out the rim in a little bit. But I'm gonna take my rib and I'm just gonna smooth this out. I have to think to myself, do I want to put a foot on it or not? I think I do. That way I can glaze the bottom. I think it looks a little nicer. Still need to pull a little bit more clay down from when I did my boo-boo. Okay, so this is kind of puffing out just a little bit. So I'm gonna give it a little squeeze. Okay, I think I'm okay now. I'll worry about the rim later, but there's no bubbles, there's no creases, so I'm content with that for right now. So I'm gonna set this aside. Let's see. I want some of this for my foot. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside, just right here. What kind of foot should I do? So this is for my mom. What could I use? I think I should do some hearts. I think that would be really sweet. Oops. I think I'm gonna do hearts. So this is fairly thick still, so I'm just gonna go with this. It's quite thick, but that will make sure that I have a decent foot ring. So I'm just cutting these out with little cutters. I'll probably need 5 of them. It's kind of a fun idea of using different things as, instead of a foot ring, you can just add different shapes. I've used shells before, and that's really fun. That comes out really nice. You could just use circles. probably gonna do one extra just in case I mess it up or if I decide that it needs it. I'm trying to find ones that are similar. Since this is the edge, sometimes the edge is a little bit thinner, but I think these are all slightly thinner. Let's see if I can find a thicker piece. Yeah, I think right here. Okay. I'm going to recycle this clay, spray it down, put it back in a bag so that I can reuse it. Okay, I'm pulling out my little hand building kit. Got a little container, some vinegar. For those of you who have seen my videos in the past, I just use vinegar. I don't use slip. A little squirt. Okay. I'm going to kind of lay them out first. Can you guys still see? I made kind of a mess. So I'm just gonna lay these out the way I think they would look nice. I mean, I guess I could, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do one in the center. So I just got a new stamp right here, Pear and Pottery. I will link it below. Feels a little silly stamping this because it's for my mom, but that's okay. Very nice. Nice clean stamp. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of outline these a little bit. So I know where to score. Okay, and I'm gonna do one at a time so I don't mess up. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, I've just got a little smoothing sponge and just going to smooth out the edges just a little bit. I can always do it later, but it is easier when the clay is softer. Gonna go ahead and just do a press down. Make sure Okay. I think that's good. We're nice and level. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this bottom rim because I feel like that dries out so much quicker. And I really want this bottom area to set up quicker than the rim. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this and set it aside for an hour or so. And then I'll come back to it to flip it out of the form. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so welcome back. This has set up a little bit. It's still not ready to be flipped over, but I'm gonna put some stamps along the side. And I will try to link these stamps below. These, let's see if you can see them. I think it's ready to flip over. I hope. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. I may have to go off screen to flip it. Ooh. Okay. Okay. And I don't quite know how I'm gonna get this out. Come on. I worked so hard at this. Okay. We're gonna fix this. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna go back over. Going back over. We're gonna fix this. Okay. All right, let's try this again. So we're gonna compress the sides. I also want these little handles. I want to fold them back a little bit. I'm going to start to do that while it's still able to move. Okay, we're gonna give this another try. Put this on top. It's gonna go off screen for a second. Flip. Okay. Hopefully the cornstarch helped. Okay. Sure we're in. Oh, looky there. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna fold this up. Okay. So I've got some work to do, cleaning the inside up. I may wait though until it firms up because it's still really soft. So I think I'm just gonna smooth out some of these little folds that came from the plastic wrap. If you wanted a nice, even, smooth, perfect rim, what I would do is wait, and then I would use, where is it? One of these Sureforms, like a rasp, I think they call it, and go ahead and trim the top so that it's nice and straight. But I kind of like this look. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to do kind of a wavy, let's see, there we go. You guys see what I'm doing? No, you can't. So I'm doing 2 fingers and I'm just gently pulling. And you go over the top. So 2 fingers next to it, and then go right in between your 2 fingers. Okay, oops, sorry. So I'm noticing some cracking right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just compress. definitely don't want any water at the bottom. I'm gonna clean that up. And I'm just going to take a few minutes and smooth out anything that I see. I can always do more later when it sets up a little bit more. But I think it's pretty close. There's a little bit of a thin part right here that's making me a little nervous, so I'm just compressing. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up and let it dry some. This is Red Wine by Pottery Supply House. On the bottom, I did our names engraved, and then on the bottom. And then I did River Birch, Amico River Birch, around the rim and the handles. And I did 3 coats of River Birch, and I overlapped the red wine. And I did a little bit, I like cleaned my brush off of the red wine up on the top. So that's where you're getting the tiny little bit of the red on the top. But that's pretty beautiful, isn't it? Look at that.